Patriots, the fight for truth doesn't stop at the screen. It's hitting the road again. Badlands Media is rolling into Nashville on April 9th through 12th for the next stop on the Great American Restoration Tour. Join your favorite Badlands hosts and like-minded Americans for 3 powerful days. Packed with unfiltered discussions, deep dive panels, and real debate. Hear the raw truth, ask the tough questions. No topic too hot, no question too bold. Gart is where our community comes alive. Tickets are on sale now at badlandsmedia.tv/Gart, where you can also grab a virtual pass and watch from home. Join us to question narratives and fight for America's future. Nashville's calling. The restoration continues. Get your passes today. See you in Music City.
Every Easter, one brave bunny takes on a very important mission. Spreading Easter joy. And apparently dropping most of it. And sometimes there's goat-related complications. Skincare so good even the goats might want it. Because Easter is really about the greatest victory ever. Hope, renewal, and a promise kept. And every soft disclosure purchase supports 6 small American businesses working together. Use code GRACE for 15% off. Soft disclosure, good for your skin, and apparently approved by goats.
Good
Oh my God.
I literally cannot.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Alpha's Make Sandwiches on this Holy Week, which, John Harold as an angel is my favorite part of that ad. He looks a little Middle Eastern, though.
He does. He does.
One of the roots.
Oh, man. I've seen that one. That wasn't like the first time I saw it either, and I still was dying laughing.
I can watch it over and over again.
That was my first time. That was brilliant. Oh, well done. This is what AI is for, you guys. Don't be afraid.
Exactly. So get yourself some soft disclosure, softdisclosure.com. Use promo code GRACE to get 15% off. And you can get the lotion, the beard oil, the brushes or the gouaches. You can get the lip balm and the mini tallow, the full-size tallow. We have so much great stuff at Soft Disclosure. America made. You support American small businesses and you support Badlands, and we appreciate it. Softdisclosure.com, promo code GRACE. And also, as you saw, we're going to be in Nashville next week, which is mind-blowing that it's already here.
Next week?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's finally next week to say, we can say it's next week now.
It's next week. And we have our 4th and final exclusive Gart live stream this Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure that you've got your ticket so that you can join us, because you'll get a sneak peek at what the panels are going to be. We're getting down to the final cut of panels. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to line dance and do karaoke and pub crawl probably, and argue a lot as we do at Gart's. It's going to be a blast. You're going to want to be there. badlandsmedia.tv/events to get the ticket. And whether you buy an in-person ticket, there are single days available now, so you can buy just for one day. But whether you buy a in-person ticket or a virtual ticket, you will get to join us for that live stream. You'll get access to the Telegram chat. You'll get to be a part of the action at the Great American Restoration Tour in Nashville, which again is next week.
Next week.
Yeah, Spetzel says if you think you're going to be in Nashville, good luck getting there if you plan on flying.
I don't, so
I'm driving.
Aha.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. Brian, what are we doing?
Brian, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Brian?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Brian says that's
Probably
not
he's
AI about the
He's probably watching
a funny video. It was real. We did a photo shoot with that. John Harold really can fly.
Wow. I guess we'll have to test it in Nashville.
Middle Eastern John Harold has powers you don't even know about.
He has a brother. He has a twin.
Shout out to Green Star, who is a genius.
Yes.
Absolute genius.
Well done.
All right. So today's show is brought to you by Native Path. This episode is brought to you by Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil, omega-3s, and astaxanthin. I think I'm saying that correctly. For heart, joints, and memory. Raise your hand if you're taking fish oil. Okay, I have some news for you. It might not be doing what you think it is. Research out of the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry found that fish oil is 50% less absorbable than different kinds of omega-3. And today's sponsor has that better version. If you've been taking fish oil for heart, joint, or memory support, here's something you need to know. Research shows it's 50% less absorbable than krill oil because fish oil's omega-3s are in triglyceride form, while krill oils are in phospholipid form, the same format your cell walls are made of. That means krill oil gets into your cells immediately. In head-to-head studies, krill oil outperformed fish oil at improving cholesterol, reducing inflammation, and easing joint pain, often at lower doses. Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil is sourced from pristine Antarctic waters, contains the powerful antioxidant astaxanthin, and comes in a tiny soft gel. No fishy burps. This was my number one question when I received the krill oil in the mail. Am I going to smell like fish all day if I take this? Apparently not. No fishy burps, they say. Learn more and grab your Badlands special discount plus free shipping today at getkrill.com/Badlands. That's getkrill, GETKRILL.com/Badlands. And support your brain and joints and heart and all the things.
Yes.
Important. They're all important things. Very cool. And then finally, we have Benson Honey today. Welcome to Benson Honey Farms, where every jar is pure gold. Benson Honey is excited to be back on Badlands Media with their honey harvest straight from their Nebraska farm. While they've been busy working to improve our state politics from the ground up, they never forgot the importance of sharing the best honey around. Did you know honey isn't just a sweet treat? It's nature's medicine, perfect for alleviating allergies, soothing upset stomachs, or as a delicious natural sweetener for baking. Benson Honey is never heated, ensuring you receive it in its pure raw form, full of natural goodness. At Benson Honey Farms, quality and purity is top priority, and they're committed to providing the finest honey from hive to home. Be sure to check out John's interview with Mo Benson on the first episode of America First Story. It's right here on Badlands Media. It's a good one. Everybody should check it out. Visit badlandsmedia.tv/honey and use promo code Badlands for 20% off your purchase. Benson Honey Farms, savor the authentic taste of Nebraska. Support this America First business. Follow on Facebook at Benson Honey Farms and TikTok at Mo Benson Honey Please for more. Get into the community and learn more about all the properties of the honey. Benson Honey is awesome. And their other products, the barbecue sauces and honey candy, all of the things are fantastic. Love Mo, love Benson. Benson Honey Farms, all good stuff. Badlandsmedia.tv/honey. All right, honeys. What are we doing?
Oh, honey bunnies?
Honey bunnies.
Honey bunnies.
Oh, get it?
All right, so this week we took pictures of flowers. It's time for your camera roll.
Yes. So this week you guys really showed up.
The mic's doing the thing.
It's doing the thing. Of course it is.
Oh.
Well, is it better now?
Now
Yes.
it's better. Yeah. Is that what mine did before when you guys told me that's what was happening? Oh, okay. I get it now.
Yes. So this week we were taking spring photos in some places because some parts of the country have not experienced spring yet. So if you were not one of those places, Ashe, this is for you. Hopefully sending those spring vibes to you so that you can practice taking photos of those flowers. So here is the photo challenge for this week.
Still taking your nature pictures like this? Stop taking them like this. Take it like this instead. Put your camera on 2x zoom, then find a flower or something close to zoom in on. You're going to want to take your photo from a low angle and make it center. Then take a picture whenever you're ready. Should look like this. Still take.
So that was the challenge. And like I said, you guys really showed up with submissions. In fact, we have a 3-minute video of submissions. You can, go ahead.
Sorry,
play.
I didn't realize it was a video. I thought I was just pulling in a slideshow.
Oh,
all right, we ready?
Slideshow. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So the music's low enough that we can still talk over it if we needed to, but these were mine. And then
Beautiful.
Christy sent in a bunch. This was
in the tulips.
Yes. City of Marietta. They know how to do it.
Nursery.
Yeah.
All of these are. And then I got a little crazy with the plumeria because Jack really likes it.
They're my favorite.
The gardenia, Hong Kong orchid, frangipani, jacaranda, queen, crepe myrtle, another frangipani, another one. Those are tulips.
That's
Those are
Michelle.
Michelle.
Those were Michelle. Yeah. I forgot whose these are audience submissions now, and honestly, I forgot whose they were because there was just so many. So if you see yourself, identify. But yeah, I tried to get as many people, even like people who sent in their submissions right up at the last second. I was
Guilty.
making the video, so there everybody should be represented from around the country.
I love the ones with the E.
Yes. Lots of tulips.
Tis
The
the
right time of
season.
year.
That flower was cool.
Yeah, that one's pretty.
These are
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Hydrangea.
Yeah. Ooh, the sun in the background of that last one.
The butterfly. That's a cool flower.
It is.
Wow.
Ooh,
That one has a
bees.
bee on it too.
Oh, more bees.
Doggy.
Aw.
I love flowers.
No.
Jeez. Ooh, salamander. They're not salamander. That's
A
what do you
skink.
call them? A skink.
Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Skink.
Newt. Maybe it was a witch at one point.
Go, betcha.
Ooh, dragonfly.
That was a double zucchini flower. That was
Mm.
cool.
Dragon snappers.
Mhm.
Look at our beautiful country.
Right?
Jeez, everyone did so good.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's like almost over, and then I'm like, whoa.
Nope.
Ooh, that
So
looks
many
like
beautiful flowers.
the red clover or
Yep.
white clover, right? Are you feeling springy? Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's for
I'm
sure.
feeling
I
jealous that all of you are exceeding spring.
Oh, we
Starting to
skipped
get warm,
straight to summer. It's
Yeah, we
like
did too.
storming and it's hot. Not great. That's
There's
Ash.
Ash's flower.
It's my
There's
one.
mine.
I cheated.
Beautiful.
And that was it.
Yay! Oh, that was fantastic. Thanks everybody for submitting your pictures. It's really inspiring.
It
I want to be outside now.
And we're not done yet with spring photos. In fact, we're going to do a round 2, but next time we have a little bit more intentionality. We're going to do spring trees. So
Ooh.
spring trees is going, and there's 3 different ways for us to kind of line up the shot a little bit. So this one's is a little bit more work, but I think it's the pictures will turn out really great. So
Okay.
here
Is that this video that's down here?
yeah, that's that. So adding a little bit to the floor now. Making leaves from the tree. Now tree branches off to the side. Now using our hand. And then using a street sign. So 4. Actually 5. I thought it was 3. 5. So yeah.
Nice. That's a
Yes.
beautiful tree, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's a cherry blossom, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna have to go out into the world to find something like that to photograph.
Why did you go out shopping today? Well, I just went to go find a tree. I
You're
swear.
just looking for trees, man. Could go a different way. All right. That is the challenge. We're doing trees next week. So everybody bring your game. Next week, however, we are going to have the Battle of the Sexes, I believe.
Ah, okay. So,
Here on, it'll be a hybrid show between the Y chromes and the alphas that make sandwiches. And we're going to have a fun little contest next week for Gart Week. Kick off the animosity. Get the
funtivities.
The shenanigans.
activities. Yeah, lots of shenanigans. So I don't know if we'll do the camera roll next week, or if we'll do it the following week. And then the following week, I think we'll all be traveling, so we might not have a show that day. But this challenge will eventually be shown.
Yes.
So everybody take your tree pictures.
And you have more time, Ash, for the trees to like start peeking out flowers. And,
Maybe in a couple weeks, we'll actually have something to photograph. That would be nice.
We should all take Nashville
branches.
pictures of like the same tree to see how we
Oh,
do.
I like that. We could take, I bet Nashville has better tree pictures than are in my general vicinity. So I'll be looking for that.
Yeah.
And that, everyone, is this week's From Your Camera Roll.
Yeah. Always dancing when that done.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Next up, we're going to get a little bit smarter with the idiom of the week. Professor Rabbit is here to teach us things.
Signing in for duty. Let me switch what I'm sharing with you guys because I can't.
Because I'm looking at your legs.
Ooh, yeah.
The AI legs.
I love Christy's AI legs.
Wait, let me
Bitch,
How do I
turn
do?
me.
share this tab instead. Okay, present. Look at me doing stuff. So today we're going to talk about where a baker's dozen comes from.
Nice. Is this because you made bagels this weekend?
Maybe, possibly. I was looking. I always just try to find the one that I think is the most interesting, or that I can find like more than just like one little blurb about where it's from. So this one actually has a lot of interesting historical references. So a baker's dozen means 13 items instead of the usual 12. Picture grabbing a dozen donuts and getting a free 13th. Sounds pretty awesome to me. This quirky idiom stems from baker's age-old generosity and a clever historical workaround. Pro tip, eat the 13th on your way home from picking up the donuts. You deserve it, and they don't have to know about it. Just saying.
That sounds like a win-win to me.
Exactly.
I didn't need to be told that, actually.
I don't, well, you gotta, just to let everyone know. And we're all pros, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed the name of this bakery, guys.
I do like the name. I clocked it right away.
I was like, oh, it looks so plain. What should I add to it? I was like, oh, I got the best idea. So
You win.
welcome to Baddie's Bakery, where you always will get a 13th donut or bagel.
Yes.
The practice began in medieval England under strict laws like the assize of bread and ale, which tied bread prices to wheat costs and punished the short weight loaves with fines, flogging, or oven destruction.
Oh my
Without
God.
precise scales, the bakers added an extra loaf, the vantage loaf, to ensure the dozen met or exceeded the weight requirements and dodged the brutal penalties.
Oh.
This savvy better safe than sorry tactic turned fear into a tradition that stuck, which pretty interesting, I think.
What my thing is, if they like do the destruction of the ovens, that's kind of like you can't bake after that. So what's the point?
Exactly. They're what's it's another idiom. Chopping off your nose to spite your face.
Yes, that's it.
There we go. We got to find out where that one
Throwing out the baby with the bathwater.
comes. Ooh, that's another good one. Yes. So this legislature in 1266 locked bread and ale prices while dictating exact weights tied to grain costs. Bakers slashed loaf sizes during shortages, and a farthing loaf may weigh 2 pounds at low prices, but just ounces when wheat soared. Violations brought brutal justice fines up to double the loaf's value. Days at the pillory, enduring public jeers, and garbage. I would assume they're throwing garbage while you're at the pillory, which you guys know what a pillory is? Yes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I have a picture of me in one. So
I have one of me at the Renaissance Fair.
I was at the Museum of Medieval Torture in Naples, Italy.
Ooh.
That's
Nice.
even better.
Nice. So parades of shame or outright oven forfeiture and bakery shutdowns. But again, I agree with Jackie. Like, wouldn't that be, not helping their cause?
Yeah. Like you can't bake more bread if you get rid of all the things that you make the bread with.
Mhm.
Fair point.
Well, but then you also can't make any profit from people that you would normally buy it, not just the people that came to get their taxes. So the modern usage first appeared in print. I put modern in quotes because it first appeared in print in 1596.
Oh, nice.
In Thomas Nash's satirical pamphlet, Have With You a Saffron Walden. Nash wrote, Ashe, we need your accent.
Oh, okay. Where am I starting? At the top?
Coining with this aforesaid.
Coining with his aforesaid doctor brother in 88 brownie bakers dozen of the almanacs. Linked to bakers giving 13 loaves to retailers with the extras profit wiggle room. Imagine dodging a medieval beating over a crumb today. It's a cheeky way to score that bonus treat.
Yes.
Yes.
But Christy, what the hell does that sentence mean? The original 1596 sentence from Thomas Nash's Have With You a Saffron Walden translates to joining with his aforementioned doctor brother in 88 brown baker's dozens of almanacs. This cheeky line mocks someone teaming up to produce 88, roughly 7 baker's dozens, dingy, worthless almanacs, early calendars often printed on poor or cheap brown paper. It slyly nods to the baker's habit of tossing in an extra item. And that was the first time it was ever written in English language. Yeah. So that is what I have for baker's dozen. So
I always thought it was because if you mess one up, you make 13. I now I know that it was just to avoid severe tyrannical punishment and oven breakage.
Because you don't want to end up like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I think your head's supposed to go through the hole, but
my head was too large, is what she said.
Because you have a giant brain.
Yes. All the better to think with.
Yes.
Would
Indeed.
have been pilloried. Why is that? What happened?
Bring it back.
Above
Bring
here.
back the pillory thing.
I should. I would love to throw tomatoes at some people.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Yeah, rotten ball of cabbage.
Well, that's what's so much fun about like going to the Renaissance fair is that they have a station set up for that. You get like for like $5, you get a basket of like half rotten.
And I pay $100 and get to choose who gets to go in the pillory.
Well, they do make fun of whoever's throwing the fruit, vegetables, whatever.
Put your back into it.
Yeah. No, and the guy, he like roasts the crap out of you when you do it too. It's hilarious. I'll have to show you guys a video. I had my little sister's boyfriend who's in the Coast Guard. He was there with me and Brian. And the guy was so, I can't remember what he said, but I videotaped it. So I'll have to find it for you guys. But
all right, so everybody go out, get a dozen donuts, and eat the 13th one on the way home because you deserve it. That's the idiom of the week.
what'd I miss?
I don't know. There's this weird bunny professor talking about bread, but
and donuts.
I still can hear the song in the background, and I'm not sure if I'm losing my mind or it's playing on a TV somewhere. I don't know. I could hear it like when I was just talking.
Is Brian near you listening?
Oh, he's downstairs.
Lurking.
Do you have a rogue tab somewhere?
It might be playing because I had Y-Chromes playing in the background on my phone. Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways. I can't hear
All
it.
right. Well, moving right along. Time for This Week in U.S. History. There was so much this week. And I'm going to kind of try and go through somewhat quickly a little bit from each of the days. We got on, let's see, what was the 24th? I think it was the Tuesday. Yeah, we got last Tuesday, the Quartering Act. So this is where the British were like, this is my house now, bitch. And they took over. It was by order of the king. Provided also, and be it further enacted, that no justice or justices of the peace having executed any military office or commission in His Majesty's regular forces in America may, during the continuance of this act, directly or indirectly, act or be concerned in the quartering, billeting, or appointing any quarters for any soldier or soldiers, according to the disposition made for quartering of any soldier or soldiers by virtue of this act, except where there shall be no other justice or justices of the peace, but that all warrants, acts, matters, and things, or things executed or appointed by such justice or justices of the peace for or concerning the same shall be void. Anything in this act contained to the contrary notwithstanding. So, yeah, those guys were dicks. We also got germ theory. So in 1882, on March 24th, German scientist Robert Koch announced his discovery of the bacterium that causes tuberculosis, a breakthrough that transformed modern medicine. And the science, because we trust the science, right? On this show, we trust the science. The science at the time said, however, on many occasions, I examined normal blood and normal tissues, and there was no possibility of overlooking bacteria or confusing them with granular masses of equal size. I never found organisms. Thus, I conclude that bacteria does not occur in healthy human or animal tissue.
Mm-hmm.
So that was bullshit.
So it was wiggling in a weird way, and he said that normally it doesn't wiggle that way. I'm guessing.
Allegedly.
Very scientific language.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we got the Exxon Valdez oil spill in 1989, and I remember this as a child. I was 10 years old. Or almost 10 years old, and remember these images, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of all is this on the screen?
Yeah.
Of all the oil-soaked animals, which led to a ton of changes. All of these things happen every time we have a disaster. There are a bunch of government changes.
Dawn ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
still
the Dawn
see those
ducks.
commercials to this day.
I just saw one the other day.
And then finally, Elvis went into the army in
Oh.
1958.
New York, our point of departure for Germany. I was relieved the reporters didn't ask me about my mother.
Elvis, do the other soldiers give you a rough time because you're famous?
No, sir, I was very surprised. I've never met a better group of boys in my life. They probably would have if it'd been like everybody thought. I mean, everybody thought I wouldn't have to work and I would be given special treatment and this and that. But when they looked around and saw I was on KP and I was pulling Gart and everything just like they were, well, they figured, well, he's just like us.
Elvis, what do you think about going to Germany?
Well, sir, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, just before I came in the Army, we were planning a tour of Europe. And I got quite a bit of mail from over there and everything, you know, and I'm kind of looking forward to it, really.
Arriving in Germany was something else. I'd never been out of the States before, except for one weekend when I played in Canada. It was some kind of surprise that welcome the German fans gave me. I just couldn't believe it. It was as wild as anything back home.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Those girls were that was a high octave they were screaming at.
And they went nuts.
Yep.
They went nuts because he was hot and he was in uniform. That's really all it takes, isn't it?
Yeah. Something like that.
All right, so that was the 24th. On the 25th, we saw the commemoration of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire. This is in Manhattan Garment Factory, killing 146 workers, most of them young immigrant women. They were trapped by locked doors. So they had locked the doors allegedly to keep them from taking too many breaks and stuff. Wow. And so what this gave birth to, however, was a massive labor movement Started predominantly by Jewish immigrants. This is from Rose Schneiderman, who was one of the. Let's see if I didn't bring in that part. The link to this will show you kind of the backstory of her. But she stood up to speak, and she said, "I would be a traitor to those poor burned bodies if I were to come here to talk about good fellowship. We have tried to get you good people of the public. We have tried you good people of the public, and we have found you wanting. The old Inquisition had its rack and its thumb screws and its instruments of torture with iron teeth. We know what these things are today. The iron teeth are our necessities. The thumb screws are the high-powered and swift machinery close to which we must work. And the rack is here in the fire trap structures that will destroy us the minute they catch fire. This is not the first time girls have been burned alive in this city. Every week I must learn of the untimely death of one of my sister workers. Every year, thousands of us are maimed. The life of men and women is so cheap and property is so sacred. There are so many of us for one job. It matters little if 140 odd are burned to death. We have tried you, citizens. We are trying you now, and you have a couple of dollars for the sorrowing mothers and brothers and sisters by way of a charity gift. But every time the workers come out in the only way they know how to protest against conditions which are unbearable, the strong hand of the law is allowed to press down heavily upon us. Public officials have only words of warning for us, warning that we must be intensely orderly and we must be intensely peaceable, and they have the workhouse just back all of their warnings. The strong hand of the law beats us back when we rise, back into the conditions that make life unbearable." And again, 146 women burned to death. It was a galvanizing moment for the communists, though, and they made a move at that point. We had the end of the Selma March.
Oh, wow.
And the English settlers in 1634 landing at St. Clement's Island in Maryland.
Nice.
Yeah, all good things. And 1975, Saudi Arabia's King Faisal was allegedly assassinated by his nephew.
Oh, that's fun.
History is fun, Jackie.
Well, the history that you're giving us is fun.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's some stories out there that are not so fun.
Yeah. So last Monday, you guys will remember that we talked about Patrick Henry's "Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death" speech.
Yes.
That was it hit on the Monday. This week on the 26th, we had Thomas Paine and Common Sense. And I have talked about this on some of the shows, but as I was reading this, it was crazy. Oh, am I back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were doing the first one, your face was frozen, but your voice was fine. I don't know. Yeah. But as soon as you exited out, it was fine. Yeah.
So this week we have Thomas Paine's Common Sense. And as I was reading this, it's freaking Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul is on the same point, on the same ideas as Thomas Paine. And that just, it kind of just hits you in the brain, because Chris Paul is often attacked these days for being radical and forwarding dangerous ideas. They are the ideas that founded our nation. You can see here he says, "Common sense will tell us that the power which hath endeavored to subdue us is of all others the most improper to defend us. Why are we begging illegitimate institutions to fix their own corruption?" Right? Fair point. Another quote: "A long habit of not thinking a thing wrong gives it a superficial appearance of being right and raises at first a formidable outcry in defense of custom. But the tumult soon subsides. Time makes more converts than reason." So again,
Love that.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. Everybody should read that. It is linked in the March 26th version. We also had in 1953 on the 26th, we had vaccine propaganda.
Again?
Check it. Yeah. I mean, so Dr. Jonas Salk announced the successful testing of a vaccine against polio, a breakthrough that marked a turning point in one of the most feared public health crises of the 20th century. You can see them giving a vaccine to a little kid here. The large-scale effectiveness results were announced the following month, and hope soared that large-scale immunization could eliminate a disease that had paralyzed or killed thousands annually. Forbes said, quote, "A decade and a half before America sent a man to the moon, the country embarked on its first moonshot to develop a vaccine for polio. The campaign galvanized the nation, with ordinary Americans literally sending dimes to the White House to fund the effort."
Well, first of all, I will say that the whole moonshot thing should have given it away because Moon is fake and gay. So there's that.
Let's go. I love a fake moon story. Yeah, it's the galvanizing effort and convincing the people to send their money to the White House to start a vaccine effort. That's powerful propaganda.
Yeah,
getting people to part with their money is, in and of itself a challenge, and doing it for the government needs you to just send us extra. We're already taxing you. We're already doing whatever we want, but we need you to send us your extra dimes. We're gonna need a shit ton of dimes.
They made them send their gold in eventually too, right? Send us all your gold. You're not allowed to own any of that. Yeah. The government needs to, and if you don't, we'll arrest you.
Uncle Sam, we need you, right?
No, we don't.
We need you to comply.
Well, my grandfather had polio. So, I mean.
Did he really?
Yeah, by and large, I would assume it did help. But I guess I'm just kind of out of the loop with this. But what I guess is the overshadowing bad thing about a polio vaccine? I'm sorry that I don't know this.
Oh no, you're good.
I'm not going to make assertions about the polio vaccine. I'm more looking at the tactic and the galvanizing effort around a public health crisis, because the never let a crisis go to waste thing is not new. Okay. And this was in the wake of World War II. So it's 1953. Just 6 years earlier, we had the end of World War II, the dissolution of the Kingdom of Prussia, kind of rebuilding of a lot of those power structures in the private sector. And healthcare is a big part of that story. The way that you can control people through fear about their health. If you think about COVID, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know specifics about the polio vaccine, but the way, my, I don't know, framing or the way I look at things like that, where I don't know, but I guess, and I think that the psyoping that happens, and the way that even in our lifetime, our age people, we started with 12 or 15 shots or something when we were kids, and now it's 70 something.
Yeah.
You don't get there if the first ones are poison, right? Maybe, and if they prove that they can eradicate a serious illness that used to be around and now it's gone, then it's the perfect vehicle to put in whatever else they want to try later. But I don't know that. It might have been bad back then too. I don't know.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, I think it was my I have to get the real story from my dad, but I think he had it, and it was right when the vaccine came out. So he ended up being paralyzed in one of his legs. He couldn't bend his leg or anything, but he was in a wheelchair, and he got a driver's license and everything and all that stuff too. But I have to get the real story, but I think it was he had it, and when the vaccine came out, it kind of just paused it. And so it didn't get worse for him. But I'll get the full story. Maybe I'll do a little thing about that.
That would be good. Yeah, I feel like we could use some broad education. All right, moving to the 27th, I think we're at. Yep. So we had the Great Alaskan Earthquake.
Oh.
I've never heard of this.
Crazy. Yeah. So 1964, March 27th, Great Alaskan Earthquake, the second largest earthquake ever recorded globally. Whoa. It's a magnitude of 9.2, struck southern Alaska. How long is this? Oh, it's 11 minutes. So if you want to read about or hear about it from the U.S. Geological Survey, the video is in the March 27th update. But the quake and resulting tsunamis devastated Anchorage and coastal communities, killing over 130 people and causing massive infrastructure damage across the Pacific. Mm-hmm. This is from Mike, who lived in Anchorage, firsthand account. At 5:36 p.m., the ground under my feet began to rumble. Our family had lived in Alaska for many years, and we had felt many earthquakes, but this earthquake was different. Seconds later, the ground was moving viciously, and ground fissures, cracks in the ground, were opening up all around me. I quickly realized that this was a really horrible earthquake, and I could be killed down there in the gravel pit, and no one would know.
It's scary.
So scary, yeah. And I also hadn't really, I don't think I knew at all that took place. March 27th, 1977, the Tenerife airport disaster. Deadliest aviation accident in history.
Oh.
2 Boeing 747s collide on a runway in the Canary Islands.
It took me a minute to realize that. Holy crap.
583 people, including many Americans. Check this out. This is like a reenactment video. This is crazy. Like to see what this was.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, it must have been like the wind conditions.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, and I think they were probably taxied into the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they're going to use that as propaganda for why we can't have heavy bags on our planes.
Oh, fuck off.
We just had that other accident on the runway last week.
Oh yeah, with the fire truck.
I have to fly 2 days after we get home from Gart, and I already have to take like drugs to fly. So that's, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Like that's the way I want to go home and see my mom. I'm just going to not think about that video. I'm so sad.
Yeah, so from the testimony about it, neither plane was supposed to be there. Is he not clear? The Pan American? Oh, yes, he's clear. He was wrong.
Wow.
Mm.
Well, it's crazy how they show it like bottoming out. How does that happen?
The air.
I think it was trying to stop, right?
Or maybe it could have been that. And so, like, obviously, from what I understand with Cam, doing the pilot thing, like, you have to hit a certain, and you have to maintain a certain speed in order for you to, like, actually take off with, like, the wind conditions. It's like a whole, like, mathematical thing. Mm-hmm. So my guess is that it probably either they were, like, slowing down and it was, like, pulling them back a little bit, and that's where it bottomed out. Or it was it was taking off too early. And it didn't have the right, like, airlift to be able to lift it up high enough.
Well, that's a bit. I can't even imagine those size planes like actually flying. I got in an algorithm where you see all the like those guys traveling in like the best first class thing, and you're like going up a spiral staircase.
Yeah, yes, I've seen that
airplane, and you're like, what? Why do we need a plane that big? Just
it's like $3,000 for one way flight.
Yeah, and they all start with caviar service.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Okay. Never forget what they've taken from us. So March 28th, one of the keys to all of these stories each day that I spotlight in the America 250 updates is the transformational ones. And usually what we see, I prioritize, events that changed our way of life, changed, how Americans did things, whether that's in a specific industry or all Americans had, a kind of collective mind update about something because of some event that happens. And on the 28th, we had 3 Mile Island. So partial nuclear meltdown, 1979, occurred at 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station near Harrisburg, marking the most serious accident in the history of commercial nuclear power in the United States. Combination of equipment failure, design flaws, and operator error led to the release of radioactive gases and a nationwide crisis of confidence in nuclear energy. Quote, this is from Dick Thornburg, the Attorney General at the time. Nuclear power was still the technological marvel our time, to some the ultimate answer to our growing energy problems, a source of electricity once described as too cheap to meter, and an industry whose safety record had been, or at least was thought to have been, second to none. I had neither reason nor inclination to challenge these assumptions, except perhaps the one about my light bill being too cheap to meter. Nuclear jargon was a foreign language to me. My exposure to emergency management and a nuclear power plant was limited to perfunctory briefing just after taking office. I knew enough, however, that the thought of issuing a general evacuation order first entered my mind at 7:50 a.m. that morning. Never left me through the unprecedented days of decision that followed. There were no immediate deaths, but it did fundamentally reshape nuclear federal regulation. Sweeping reforms in plant safety and operator training effectively halted the expansion of nuclear power in the U.S. for decades. And I would encourage everybody to read Burning Bright on the energy wars and kind of look at how transformational this event actually was, because it was quite.
Yep.
And
to scare the people.
Yeah, always. You gotta keep them on their toes.
You get them to conform.
Yeah.
Is Ashe
All right,
frozen
so we
again?
did the.
Yes, she is.
What's that?
Yeah.
Her picture
audio is fine. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, when you go to the next
When
tab,
I
you
jump to a different tab. Yeah.
make sure you make a cute face before you do it.
Perfect.
Now do it.
Oh boy. Oh
That's it.
boy.
That's the one we want, right? Okay, so we had the Alaskan earthquake. On the 29th, we had the purchase of Alaska. The
Oh,
Russians.
fun.
The Russians. So we got the Treaty of Alaska. They finalized the text of it the following day, which is today, is when they actually signed it, and it went into law. Quote, Russia offered, this is from the Purchase of Alaska page on the U.S. State Department website. Russia offered to sell Alaska to the United States in 1859, believing the United States would offset the designs of Russia's greatest rival in the Pacific, Great Britain. The looming U.S. Civil War delayed the sale, but after the war, Secretary of State William Seward quickly took up a renewed Russian offer, and on March 30th, 1867, agreed to a proposal from Russian minister in Washington, Edward de Stuckel, to purchase Alaska for $7.2 million. That was a steal.
Wow.
Senate approved the treaty of purchase on April 9th. Andrew Johnson signed it on May 28th, and Alaska was formally transferred to the United States on October 18th, 1867. This purchase ended Russia's presence in North America and ensured U.S. access to the Pacific Northern Rim. For 3 decades after its purchase, the United States paid little attention to Alaska, which was governed under military, naval, or treasury rule, or at times no visible rule at all. It was a simpler time. Seeking a way to impose U.S. mining laws, the United States constituted a civil government in 1884. Skeptics had dubbed the purchase of Alaska as Seward's folly, but the former Secretary of State was vindicated when a major gold deposit was discovered in the Yukon in 1896, and Alaska became the gateway to the Klondike gold fields. The strategic importance of Alaska was finally realized in World War II. Alaska became a state on January 3rd, 1959.
It was also the day that they came up with what would you do for a Klondike bar?
That's
Obviously
the exact same day. Yeah,
And
the exact
oh,
1862. Yeah.
Klondike bar.
Okay, this is the Klondike bar. She needs donuts. Please send her.
She's very hungry today.
Just watch sugar.
And might be PMSing a little bit.
Just watch
Yeah.
Donuts and chocolate ice
They can't
cream
eat sugar
bars.
till Gart. No sugar till Gart.
Oh,
You
yeah.
only got a week. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
easy.
I can do
Notable also on March 30th today, anniversary of Florida becoming a state.
Oh, happy anniversary,
Cool.
Florida.
Happy Florida. Happy Florida,
So
everyone.
Florida and Alaska in the same week.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Happy birthday.
Same day.
Same
At
day.
least, from an agreement standpoint. And then finally, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were convicted in federal court of espionage for passing information to the Soviet Union on March 29th, 1951. This is what Julius had to say. This death sentence is not surprising. It had to be. There had to be a Rosenberg case because there had to be an intensification of the hysteria in America to make the Korean War acceptable to the American people. There had to be hysteria and a fear sent through America in order to get increased war budgets. And there had to be a dagger thrust in the heart of the left to tell them that you are no longer going to give 5 years for a Smith Act prosecution or 1 year for contempt of court, but we're going to kill you.
Dang.
What a quote.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. And, if you are curious more about that idea, Brian and I on Book Club, we did it in one episode, covered Smedley Butler's War is a Racket. And I would encourage everybody to check out that episode because war is, in fact, a racket. And that, my friends, is This Week in U.S. History.
Wrapped up in a little bow. That was so perfect.
Love it.
Yes.
All right. Where are we going next?
Let's see. Do we want to do
We can't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
Jackie,
fun.
your mic's doing the thing.
It's doing the thing. Okay.
No, you're back.
I love
Okay.
that it's happening to yours and not mine, though.
It's
Well,
only when we call it out. When we call it out, when we're like, hey, it's happening. It's just like, oh, okay. Here, let me work now. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like every time I say, hey,
Clockwork Elves, I think.
Interestingly, it's the same thing that happens like from the audience, like what we hear on the streams when anybody like Ghost plays music and then starts talking over it, and like geopolitics or any StreamYard like video, and anyone tries to speak, you cannot hear both. It's like one completely ducks out, and I wish that I could fix that for everyone. I don't know how to do that yet.
Well, we just need a new system. Throw StreamYard out and start over.
Oh, don't listen to our StreamYard.
You know, right?
It's the
Look
duck.
how cute the little duck. They changed
Insult the platform when we're done with the show, Jack.
Fair. It's okay. I literally just paid StreamYard like a few days ago, so I've locked in for a year. So,
well, they changed the logo, so I don't know what's going on. Instead of a goose, it looks like a duck now.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
All right. So, Christina, you ready?
I think so. Sure, I can do that. Can I hit share screen?
You sure can.
Share screen. Oh, you know what? Why don't wait? Like maybe if I do this, I got to put in my new computer, so it's got like permissions that I need to allow.
3-factor authentication, passkey.
You know what? Why don't Jackie? Do you or anyone else have anything?
I have my video. We can.
It says I have to quit and reopen, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. We'll miss you.
Something we said.
See you soon.
Love you, miss you. Come back soon.
Speaking of ducking out.
Anyways. All right, Jackie, what do you got for us?
Poached eggs. So last week, Christy was talking about how to perfectly boil eggs so that you get the shell completely off. This week, I figured why not figure out how to poach an egg at home without all the hassle. This is a video I put together for you all. Know that you can poach an egg really quickly and easily at home without having vinegar or putting the egg actually in the water. Let me show you how. The secret to a perfectly poached egg is a strainer. So we are going to use our metal mesh strainer. Let's go ahead and give it a try. We need to put water into our pot. So we want just enough to cover the bottom of the strainer. It's a little bit in the bottom there. That's good. And boil this. All right, it is now time to put in our eggs. What I went ahead and did is I sprayed this with some oil, which is just 100% pure avocado oil. This guy. Go ahead and put your thing in your pot, crack an egg. What I like to do is I like to just take my egg, drop it on the counter like this. So just take it, drop it once. That's gonna give you a perfect
swear mine
crack
would
so
shatter
that when
everywhere.
you crack it, it won't. That's a thing. You don't get shells. No shells. Put that in.
What?
Now we're going.
What magic is this?
You just drop your egg on the counter. And then like
to
in
let
the
that
thing,
sit for about 2 to 3 minutes.
pop it out.
Let it get nice and firm. So now what we're going to do is we are going to
I think it
take
depends
our
on the
cover
quality
off,
of your egg.
and we're
It could
going
be
to
that,
do the
yeah.
grand reveal.
The ones with the shells that are that color,
Wow.
I don't think they'll break.
Ooh.
Okay, look at that. Let's bring this closer so you guys can see. It needs a little bit more. It's just a little too soggy.
Runny.
So we're gonna let it sit
Soggy
for about an hour.
is what I the term that I
Good
chose.
so far. All right, we should be good now. That looks pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and put this on our food, and we'll be back in just a second. So let's go ahead and plate this. We've got our egg, which should come right out. We're gonna plate this beautifully, and we've got our nice runny egg there. Beautifully done. Easy, simple, takes about 5 minutes, and you have poached eggs in no time.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to drop an egg on the counter now. I swear. When I made the boiled eggs, when I was showing you guys like how to do the boiling eggs, the first time I did it, I put them in a strainer and dropped them in. I did that so gently with 3 eggs. 2 of them cracked still.
Oh, it's because of the temperature.
Oh no. So I figured that out.
Okay.
But these ones I had bought at the store and I brought them home and they were on the counter until I was ready to do it. So those ones were definitely warm, but I think I tried to put 4 or 3 in at once, and I think they like hit each other or something, and it just cracked. But it's really funny when you peel the shell off, it still comes off in like one piece, but it just has like a little thing
Squirt
out of the side of it.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before where the yolk, the complete yolk came out, and it was just like a ball outside of the egg. It looks so weird, but it tasted good.
You can eat it. Nice.
Wow.
All
I'm
right.
hungry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do also want to try breaking the egg that way. The whole no shells thing is kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah, right.
I love the eggs that we have. Like, since I became a baker with the cookie thing, I had a lot of trial and error with different kinds of eggs. And I don't know if they're everywhere, but I think the 3 of us, from Jackie and Christy flaked south, I think we all might have the same. They're called Vital Farms. And they have this really cool thing. I don't know, they might go all the way. I don't know how far they go, but I love that they work with like home, like people like that we would be friends with that are like, we want to sell our eggs, but we're not going to put any chemicals. We want to, it's so free range with the chickens that they have. Each dozen comes with a little code that you can scan with your phone or type in on their website. Type in, you'll see the name of the farm, and you can literally watch a live camera that the egg company gave to all of their independent farmers to show off their hens around like grazing. And this is you can see the actual hens that your eggs come from, even though you bought it at a grocery store, not at a farm stand. So it's like really, I don't know, unique, and that's incredible marketing. And they even have like recycled egg carton paper with a little like newsletter in each one with like a picture of the chicken of the month, and it's just adorable. I love it.
I'm on their website right now. I'm trying to see. It literally at the bottom it says keeping it bullshit free.
Keeping it what?
Bullshit free.
Oh.
It has a little asterisk, but you can enter your farm name. I just don't know any names of a farm, or I'd look it up and see if we can watch it. But
Mama Bear 731 asked in the chat, is she retarded?
Yeah.
The answer is probably yes, but we need you to be more specific about which one of us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's probably me, and yes, I am retarded. What's it to you?
Yeah.
You want to join me? Come on over. We got plenty of room in the retarded bus.
It's down there if you wanted to look at it. I'm trying to figure out if I can see the.
So cute.
Yeah.
I just love the little cartoons that they include in the carton.
I know. I always feel I don't want to throw them away. Like if they do a puzzle, like I want to do it. Like they made the time. They took the time, right, to print this, and I have this issue where, like, I can't cut a piece of paper if it has, like, a picture of an animal on it. Like, so if there's I can't throw it away unless I read it, and then I'll recycle it. It's cute.
Oh, nice.
That's very cute.
I searched for chicken. So, see, I don't know. It's working hard to get footage from this farm.
Oh,
Not everybody has the cameras yet, I guess.
Cackle chicks. Sounds like a fun place.
There are really fun, like you can look around in a 360 view and like drag and scroll the camera around, and they're like live cameras of the actual hens. Sometimes you can tell it's not fake because there are no hens. You're like, why would you leave this, like there's no hens here? Because like a fake video that would tell you it's live would have perfect view of a bunch of hens eating and like whatever, but sometimes you can't see any because they're just so far away grazing. It's really cute. I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it makes you believe it because you can see it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Keeping it real.
Nice. Okay. All right. So did you fix your...
I think so. Are we ready for me to try again?
I think so.
Yeah.
Share screen. This one. Share. Excellent.
Woohoo!
Present.
Yay.
What happened to Cozy? Okay. So... I don't think that the room on the right looks uncomfortable, but is it cozy? Which is more cozy? Which one do you think?
Left.
It's the lighting for me. It's the orange lights. Give me the orange lights.
So warm.
Yeah.
It's the clean white straight line. Like that's the style now.
It looks like a dentist's office.
You guys are nailing it. This is exactly the differences that I'm going to point out today. and how do we get to the one on the right, and where did we come from? So first we're going to go over a brief history of living room design going back to the Victorian era.
Yes. So many people don't know this, but in high school, I wanted to become an interior designer and like did interior design classes and everything because it was offered at my high school. Cool. And then they told me I couldn't do it because you had to wait 4 years to get in college to actually get in the door to take interior design classes. And I was like, I don't have time for that. So no. But yes, this is so cool. We actually learned this in school.
Yeah. And you can learn, like today, you don't even need to go to that college. You're probably a better designer because look, if you go back one slide here, look at what the best designers are coming up with, right? You can skip the college and
creativity is dead.
This was so fun to put together. It was very difficult to limit just 2 pictures from each era because there's a lot of different things going on in each era, and just like different rooms. Of course, I try to stick to just living spaces, specifically because that's the area that we have the biggest contrast today. And there's also the issue of like high-end upper class living and design. There's the lower class, the middle, when there was a middle class that formed. And then there's also, especially in like more modern eras, like the TV magazine version of the era. Like the 80s is a great example of when we like, especially even now, we romanticize. The 80s must have been so colorful and fun, but like really when we get to it, you guys will probably remember real life 80s was like wood paneling and like not as cute as the memes today. But really quickly we'll see, of course, the Victorian era, named after Queen Victoria, and a lot of people conflate the Edwardian era, which is right after the 1900s. Edwardian is what you actually call from 1900 to the start of World War I. And a lot of people think that that's the Victorian era because they think, well, at least I used to always think Victorian and then like Art Deco and then the 40s and then the 50s with Atomic Age. And like there's subtleties in between. And I do kind of like doing an I Spy, like looking for the elements that came along over time. Especially middle class would pass things down from generations that would look like something from the 30s and the 50s and vice versa. So, or not really the other way around, but every like further like 90s can look like 70s depending on the money, really. So it's hard to find the best examples, but I think you guys will get the progression. The 30s is when, most importantly, we want to pay attention to technology because the hearth was the heart of the home from medieval times all the way up until when the radiators were invented and mass produced and affordable for the middle class. So they stopped being functional. Here's the 30s. They're still being used for like cooking. Like there's a pot in the 30s there over the fire. And you don't have that in like the 40s and 50s and it's gone after that. And instead it gets replaced here. We see some of the technology starting from the 30s with the radios. Of course, in the 40s, the radios were like at the center of the home and the living room. Yeah.
Well, and the changeover, which is, just after, I think, and you can probably add more to this, but the changeover from having the parlor in the home to having the living room, when the parlor changed to the living room, was a societal conditioning push. And a big part of that was removing death out of the home. So all of a sudden, funeral homes became a big thing, and kind of the rise of removing death from the home, and the living room replaced the parlor, and death became a massive industry.
That's actually, I did not know all of that. That's really interesting. And it makes, like, there are so many things that in what I'm talking about here, the way that society and those who control it manipulated our living spaces. That's an important one. I hadn't even thought of that. And that's a good point to add on. I was wondering when the living room and a sitting room also was a thing that later was removed.
Between 1910 and 1918 is when that transition happened. And there was a bunch of propaganda around it. I used to do the show Today's History on my own channel with Frantic Missy, and she talked a lot about this transition after the turn of the century, when the her big part of her focus was on death being brought out of the home. People all of a sudden much more afraid of death, seen less as, end of life and something that everybody goes through because they watched it, right? It was the end of life and the beginning of life happened in the home. And it was kind of a big part of life. And then, shortly over time, transformational change, right?
Yeah. Yep. They used to do the photography with their dead, like, people. Like, they were like, this is our dead mother, and they're like 1800s. They would not be right. Yeah.
I can't help but think of like the modern day version of that, of like people setting up like their relative like in a chair, like with sunglasses on, and it just like the way that we as a society have like progressed from it being like a beautiful event to being a mockery, essentially.
Yeah. It's been very sterilized too. Like we wouldn't want to be, like there's not as much respect and reverence. We don't like let our dead stick around, I guess, as long, but it's crazy because they used to let them stick around a lot longer before they had the technology and the chemicals to make that palatable. But anyway,
and a population that's terrified of death is much easier to control.
There it is. Yeah. That's where all of this is being funneled. This is where all of this is being funneled.
Idiom. I gotta look this one up. Parlor tricks. I wonder if it has to do what it has to do with. Anyway.
So you can see remnants of previous eras are going to linger, and then modernizing awkwardly as technology changes. In the 60s, our fun design got adventurous, especially for the upper middle class, and the elites, I guess, could go really crazy and sort of completely reject the classical traditional beauty or classical beauty that was obviously Victorian and Edwardian and neoclassicals. Like the White House neoclassical is one of my favorite new things, which I didn't know anything about until Trump came in the White House. And now all of a sudden I'm like, I want to study this. I want to know about this. But I love mid-century modern. I really do. It's been a very popularized, made a resurgence, and I don't hate it because of the soft colors, and it's still very, I don't know, just designed
that
forward.
room in the top left is life goals for me. That looks just delightful. I love everything about it.
I do too. And then the next two, not so much for me. This is like your TV home in the 70s, and you'll see
wood paneling, bro. Yeah. I can't.
I know, it's real. The wood paneling and like the carpeting. Like there's still carpeting everywhere. Not rugs. We went all the way into carpeting for a long time. That just recently kind of went away with the wall-to-wall carpeting. But this is the TV home in the 70s, and below you see like a very more realistic average home in the middle class in the 70s. And I feel bad for the 70s because I feel like the colors that they lived are just so faded from the photos, and they had cheap, bad film. They were cutting costs. Like the film in the 60s was better, and the film in the 80s was a mix of cheap and better. But like the 70s, all the photos are really degrading much faster because of cutting costs in the industry of photography, and the photo printing and the film both. But then you get
think
the 80s.
That was a cause of like us coming out of the war kind of thing, the Vietnam thing?
Oh, it could have been. I couldn't tell. I don't know enough about that. I would not be surprised if a lot of these things are connected, especially because there's just so much of our society that affects the way our homes look, the way we capture what happens in them. All of it, like this whole presentation could go on for a really long time, and I do get to a point here where I'm funneling it into like a thesis and a point. But those 80s, that's like a nice like looking 80s. A lot of brown, a lot more brown than like people who look for like 80s design. Now you're going to find neon colors and stuff, but it was much more like this.
Did any of you guys, wait, before we go to that,
sure.
In that 80s one, did any of you guys own that exact entertainment center? Because I had that exact entertainment center in my house.
It looks familiar.
Like
it definitely does.
Yeah,
I definitely remember friends having that exact one. Or ones, they were ubiquitous. That was what replaced the hearth. That was the new fireplace, was the entertainment center. And in the 90s, they got even bigger and more pervasive. And oops, I skipped a slide. I gave it away. But there's a slightly bigger and then yet even bigger entertainment thing. And that, at least they still have a fireplace here. But how many homes, like the majority of middle class homes right now, do not have fireplaces? And maybe that is kind of one of the central points that what I'm about to present gets us to. It's got to be
funny because our house was built in the 70s and we don't have a fireplace.
You don't?
Yeah. Me neither.
Was it removed after? Like, do you think? Well, 70s. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if
and
we're
you're also in the South,
yeah,
maybe that has something to do with that.
Well, my parents' house was, I think, built in like very early 1900s, but they didn't have their fireplace on the first floor. Goes through 2 rooms. You can see it in the den and in the living room.
Cool.
Like it goes through the wall, and that was a problem during a hurricane at one point. But the craziest thing about it is before they bought the house, that fireplace, that chimney also opened up on the second floor, and they had a fireplace in their bedroom.
Oh,
Like
wow.
for what? So my parent, when they got the house, it was like a knockdown, like they got it for super cheap. They had to like block it all up, but they couldn't block the chimney. So like there's this weird wall in their room now that's just like,
is it fat? Is it a fat wall?
Well, she made it into a closet, so you
okay.
can't see that it's a wall now. But anyways, but it's crazy that like there was 3 rooms that had a fireplace in it.
I know LK cup doesn't mean this 1890, but because I would say, damn, your house is real old.
I mean,
Maybe they were.
Maybe, but I
everything
don't.
down here is new. So.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was necessarily like a thing that got phased out on purpose everywhere all at once, like a PSYOP type of deal. I think it was a lot of it was function and income and area and all of that. And there's a lot of different things. But generally in terms of fireplaces being the heart of the home was a functional thing. And then with the radiator that opened up, like rooms became empty. Like, what do we put there? And there wasn't radios yet, or, TVs yet, as there was radios, but do you sit around it? Do you put it in the corner? So people actually sat and spoke to each other in those rooms. And I think what we all probably notice most might stand out when I go to the next slide. After the 90s, something happened and we ended up with this.
Millennial gray.
Ugh.
And I'm guilty of some of this myself because I don't have a ton of money. It's our first place. And I buy some gray stuff. I do. And I like some of it. But it's not cozy. It is comfortable and not cozy. But it's very overplayed right now. And I get into cozy here. All right. The thesis. Cozy and comfortable are not the same thing. Comfort is about support, like temperature, ease, function. Examples, a good mattress, an ergonomic chair, a soft couch. Not being too hot or too cold, just that's comfortable. Those rooms don't look necessarily uncomfortable to me. This looks comfortable, but is it cozy? Do you want to cuddle up with a good book? And why? What is it about the word cozy that this is so lacking? Comfortable means your body can relax. We'll go on to the next one here. Cozy is about warmth, familiarity, softness on the emotional sense. Not just physical. Feeling held by your environment. Examples, dim lamps instead of overhead lights with the warm light bulbs. Blankets, textures, clutter with meaning, like livable clutter. Not just this meticulously, clinically removed Instagram, social media ready, we don't even live here look, which is, I'm going somewhere with that too. Signs of life, books, photos, wear on objects, real materials, real wood, not this pack in a box stuff, wicker, wool, things like mirrors and glass and ceramics, like all of the plastic that came into our homes and into our lives has taken soul of the space out with it. Cozy means your nervous system feels safe. Not just your body feeling relaxed, your nervous system can feel safe in a cozy space. Comfort is what something does for your body. Cozy is what a space does for your soul.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Why? They systematically offshored American handmade goods, especially furniture, leaving us with imported, flat-shipped, cookie-cutter, low-quality furniture in our homes. We didn't just lose handmade goods. We lost a culture where furniture was built, repaired, and kept. We also became a society of renters. Young people are no longer buying their first homes until their late 30s and 40s. Therefore, big family pieces like armoires and hutches have been replaced by today's lighter, out-of-the-box, fit any personality and any apartment banality. Loss of permanence, loss of tradition. Interior design trendsetters followed suit, and that's why everything became gray. The designers tried to soften the white-gray trend with the modern farmhouse style, which is mass-produced in China, and it's affordable, and it's better than like the modern like coldness, but it's still not cozy.
Yeah.
It's comfy, but it's not cozy. Here's
Well,
my final statement. The good news, cozy is coming back. Seriously, this is a thing. Even young renters are sick of all of the gray. They're sick of the box living. They feel like they need to break out of it. The new trends coming in hot for 2026 are all about going back. Literally, the key words are heritage, traditional, real materials, old money look, Americana vibes, and one designer that captures all of these aesthetics is, of course, Ralph Lauren. Famous for fashion, but little known, incredible interior designer as well. Mixing old world Americana with European and also textiles and some really interesting fashionable modernizations from previous designers. I did a bunch of research. It's too much to put on here, but this is a massive trend and their brand is like skyrocketing right now. Ralph Lauren Christmas searches up 600% on social platforms in 2025. Google Trends soaring to unprecedented heights, searching all of the Ralph Lauren interior design, Ralph Lauren look, Ralph Lauren polo, all of the interior design. And every company out there is now scrambling to try to provide real things. And the best part about this, people emulating this look, is that you can't buy it out of a box. You have to buy antique furniture and treasure it and learn how to clean it and learn how to, paint it or whatever, refab it yourself. And collecting, going into antique stores and connecting with history and asking mom for stuff from the attic. And it's a beautiful human thing. Becoming one of the most viral interior design trends of 2025. Strong alignment with the old money aesthetic, nostalgia, heritage interiors. The Ralph Lauren effect is taking us back, and I'm here for it. For a great video diving into what makes Ralph Lauren design what it is, all of the elements and how to use them. You can search for Vivian Albrecht on YouTube, but I also have the link, so I will drop it. And that is my done sharing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's like you can watch when the people realized that we can make more money if we just make crappy furniture. People will have to continue to buy it every single generation, and it really went from homemade things that people crafted and loved what they're doing to just how much money can I make and how fast can I do it.
Exactly.
Yep. It's funny though, because you do see, like, I've as a millennial, I've seen a lot of my friends pick up this antiquing and thrifting because they want to, get all of and getting like the artwork, especially because they want to bring all that, having the collage walls where they're doing like the one, what is it? The silhouettes, the black and white silhouettes. People are eating those up right now. And it doesn't matter if it's like a random person that there's like 15 years ago at Disney. People are buying them, and it's interesting to see it all come back.
Yeah, and the real picture frames that people like handmade, not just like a white square.
Yeah. I'm so glad, because that, if you keep going, we end up with like nothing. Like there's no gender, there's no color, there's no life, and I love that humanity rejects because all of this is, we did one of my first appearances on the show was the brutalism architecture and how it's meant to oppress and meant to make you feel depressed and make you feel that the government is sort of an impenetrable fortress of power and unmovable as concrete. And all of that crap that has taken beauty away from us, so much of that comes from designers who are absolutely involved in secret societies or elites that control fashion, especially fashion, and the colleges where they get educated. All this stuff, they tend, I don't want to be like everybody's a Satanist and but I mean, there's a war against God, and God wants us, like in my cookies analogy before, we are created in his image, and God created beauty, and we want to create little beauty, and the enemies of that want to get beauty is synonymous with God, and creating it is too, and they want to get rid of all of that and sell us like futurism and replacing humanity with efficiency and all of these things that are basically a war against beauty because of its godliness
and individuality too, right?
Yeah.
Because it seems like a lot of that design template, and we see it from Joanna Gaines to, you know, some of the photos that you showed. It doesn't matter what type of structure you're in. You know, the farmhouse looks like the dentist's office.
Yeah.
We have this clean lines and all this kind of thing, but it seems to scrub out any sort of creativity and individuality, and it's a race to the bottom, make everybody the same.
Yeah.
I mean, also, if you're I was thinking about this from a different point of view. If you don't feel comfortable or happy in your home, you're going to go out and buy more stuff, go to the bar and drink, go XYZ, go to do something outside of your house because your house isn't the place
safe space
you want to be in. And it's probably subliminal. I mean, I want to be at my house, but I do have the gray couch, but you know, I try to get as many blankets as I possibly and pillows.
Yeah. There's so much Star Wars stuff at your house that nobody would ever accuse you.
And you have colorful like paint too.
Yeah,
like
your walls are not white.
Yeah.
But
in Florida, you can get away with that. I don't know if you could do that color in like New York, but if you're creative, there's the other trends that are also coming back are maximalism, which is the opposite because people got so strangled by the minimalism. They just want to go, I want to get all of these things, and they want to display like colors and collect different art and make different things. And I love seeing that humanity has the instinct to reject what's being kind of force-fed to them, instead of like, you've got two types of people: the people that will try to achieve that Pinterest perfect presentable exterior, and then there's the people that want to go, stop telling me what I want, what's an acceptable living room. I want to put an organ in the middle of mine if I want, or whatever it is. And I think that that's a beautiful thing to see coming back, and it gives me faith in the youth, especially, that they're catching on to the Ralph Lauren thing. Oh my God, that's so hope for humanity inspiring for me.
The only thing that with the maximalism that they should just stop and let it die is wallpaper. Oh my God, no, not again. Did you ever help your parents put it up with like the glue on the back? With the thing
Took it down.
Oh, and taking it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my parents did. My mom was very much against like wallpaper. So what she did instead was she took stencils to the fucking walls. I was like, Mom, this is literally going to take us forever. She's like, yeah, they don't look so cute. I'm like, yeah, but it's going to be painted when we fucking leave. And she's like, oh, but it's okay. And then, well, wait, it gets better. We had that was in my room, so I had like flowers on my border.
Yeah, I had that one
in our living room. She thought it was great. And I know it's making a comeback now, where like the dentist wall, where it's like the wall with like 3 different colors, but it's like the same color. And you like, it's like a painting technique where you take the brush and you do like the X.
Lime washing. My niece just did it in her salon.
Whatever it is. My mom thought it was nice to get a sponge and do 4 different colors on the wall.
Wow.
Oh,
was that in the 90s?
No, it was early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Remnants of the 90s then.
Mm-hmm.
We used to, that was my favorite part about going to Home Depot with my mom. If we were going to pick out new borders or new wallpaper, like I was the one, you remember those big books at Home Depot? I used to, that's where my mom would like drop me off there, and I just like, and then I want this room, and then my best friend's room can be like this one, and then we can have the like, anyways. But.
Okay. Thank you, Christina. That was excellent. And we're all a little mad about modern design now. So thanks for that.
Make America cozy again.
Make America cozy again. Maca.
Yeah. Bring back molding in the rooms too.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like shiplap too.
Makes your house a home.
All right. So final topic. We are 1 week out from Gart. So if you don't know your line dances yet, you're behind. And that's me. I haven't learned them yet, but I'm gonna this weekend. I'm gonna be a pro by the time I get there. But we have one more, right?
Yes, we do. And this is one I have a group of girls that I talk to that all do line dancing with me in different capacities. And I was asking them, like, give me a dance that they definitely will do in Nashville. And my friend sent me actually 4 of them. I only did one, but this
Send them
one
to me. Send me the other thing.
Yes, I will. And this one is Honky Tonk Highway by Luke Combs, but it's at the bottom if you want to pull it.
This is a new song too.
Yeah, it's a newer song, and it's a very, very easy dance. Let's learn another line dance. This one is to Honky Tonk Highway by Luke Combs. You are going to start by pointing out with your right foot. Point, in, point, in. Grapevine to the right, right, left, right, together. Now we're going to point with our left foot. Point, and grapevine to the left. Left, right, left, together. Now we're going to rock forward with our right foot. Rock, step. Now rock backwards with the same right foot.
Featuring John.
Step. We're going to do a quarter turn
Quality control.
using 2 steps. So little turn, little turn. From here, we're going to do a K step, stepping forward at a diagonal with your right foot. Right, touch, left, touch, right back, touch, left forward, touch.
K
That's
steps.
the whole dance.
Okay. Yes.
Let's do it with counts. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm pausing there. You see the black on the ground?
Yes.
So
Are those
I was
scuff
doing.
marks?
Yes, I was practicing the line dances because we did an event this Saturday, and I didn't realize it until after that. I put black scuffs all over my tile floor. But all right, here it is with music, guys. Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Midnight free boats heading down to Alabama. I got a 3-night run, we're gonna kick it off in Birmingham. Headlights, white lines, flying down 65, trying to get to you out sleep. Tomorrow comes showtime, that's when I know I'm living that neon dream. Oh, I got the bus and the band and a one-night stand waiting on us down the road. We're gonna load it in, drink it to 10 whiskey shots at 2 a.m. and off to another show. And then it's back to my baby boy. Couple days, but I can only stay for so long. And I'm home, we don't always go.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's so good.
That one, I know everyone will get that one.
Are these posted on your Instagram for us to find, or do we have to go? Like, I can screenshot them from the episode and put them in the Gart chat or something for
I've been posting them in my. I've been posting them in my Telegram chat. For those
Okay,
they're on X though.
Yeah, they are on X.
Are they threaded? Like all together on X?
Oh no, that's a good idea. So basically, Christy, a thread is basically you're just replying to the same video and just adding the new videos to it. That's
so
what
you have
them
all together in one thread, and then you can pin it to your X.
Yep.
So we can all find
I wasn't sure what to do with it. I was just pinning the
remedially learning the dances this weekend.
Yes, and they're all in our chat too. So, but I'll put them in the Gart chat. I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. And
you're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, I got to break in my new boots.
I got 2 pairs. I got a white pair and a brown pair, but those are like the ankle ones. I got like the full length white ones though, because that's the one I really wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
This was hard. I got fringe though. I got white fringy ones. I'm really excited about that. Yeah,
actually, I have 3 because I have my black ones that I got from Deadwood last year. Nice,
fantastic. Perfect. So yeah.
All right, everybody, that's the show we have for you today. Please hit the like button wherever you're watching us. Helps us out quite a bit. We certainly do appreciate it. Next week on this show, we will have the battle of the sexes with the Y-chromes who think they know things. So it'll be interesting. Of
I
course,
have
Brian,
one more thing.
Brian created the test, so we shall see. Sure, go ahead.
I'm excited to see that. Yeah, I do want to just say that we're definitely looking forward to Gart. If we haven't met you in person yet, come say hi at the Rise Attire booth. That's where you'll get to hang out, and we got a bunch of gear. Everything came over the weekend. We did a live stream of unboxing a bunch of what we're bringing, so you can see some of what we'll have and maybe pre-shop or whatever. But we got some really cool like giant beach towels with great designs on them. Some of the new Badlands things we've never seen before. Also, Adrian's working on Vibes 2. So we're hoping he might be done before Gart, but if not, right after. So stay tuned for Vibes 2. And I'm making my first short film as well. And I'm really excited about it. I'm really hoping, because it's short, I can finish it before Gart and show you guys. But stay tuned for the trailer, because that'll be definitely before Gart. So that's all. RiseAttireUSA.com. Thank you so much for having me on, you guys. This is my favorite time. I love it.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it, and great presentation. Denise Antu sent through a couple of Rumble rants. Ashe, I meant to share this with you last week, but forgot. In 1991, Hollywood and music showed how much they cared. As a kid, I freaking loved this at the time. Now, as an adult that knows what's up, it's kind of creepy. Yeah. They knew how to program us. It's a 5-minute video, so I'm not going to play it here, but I am dropping the link to it in the chat so everybody can check it out. And we will check it out as well. One more time, please hit the like button. Please head to getkrill.com/badlands to try the Antarctic krill oil from Native Path. We love Native Path. Get yourself some collagen peptides while you're there as well, because their stuff is fantastic. Benson Honey, badlandsmedia.tv/honey for all the good
honey bunnies.
And get your Gart tickets, badlandsmedia.tv/events to get a virtual or in-person, same day, full weekend, whatever you want, whatever you like. They're available at badlandsmedia.tv/events. And then, of course, the soft disclosure, softdisclosure.com, promo code GRACE for the 15% off with
I dropped mine on the floor.
John Harold. Oh no. It's terrible.
I was holding it and I dropped it.
I need more. I can't wait for Gart. I'm getting
all right, we love you guys. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you guys next week.
And then we'll see you at Gart.
And then we'll see you at Gart.
Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. And a special thank you to all of our advertising partners. Please remember to shift your dollars to support those businesses that support Badlands Media.